So you can have normal levels of testosterone and still suffer from ED. And the question came through from Patrick. And you know what? Thank you, Patrick, for even asking. And I bet you honestly have a similar question, so I'm answering it today. So the question goes, hello, Dr. Rachael. So I have a question for you regarding testosterone levels. So I just recently got my testosterone levels checked, and to my surprise, it was pretty high. But I'm struggling big time with my ED. So what do you think the issue is why my testosterone levels are so high, but I'm still struggling to get it up? Could it be a false high reading? So this is a great question. Thank you, Patrick, for your question. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why getting testosterone shots won't just magically cure ED. You'll know which lab values are most important to monitor if you're on testosterone replacement. And even if you're boosting testosterone, you'll know that that's not the only equation. And you'll know whether you want to do it naturally or whether you want to get hormone replacement. By the end of this video, you will have clinically proven ways to naturally boost your testosterone levels. And you will actually know how to customize this approach specifically for you. And then what I'll do is I'll actually break down how to start to fix the actual root cause of your ED, because this is what I do, right? So you can't get this from your regular doctor because we just didn't get any nutrition training in residency or medical school. And unfortunately, most of us physicians just believe medication is really the only way. So it's just not true. So subscribe and read my comments and my testimonials from men in my programs, men who've used our products, and men who have just hung out there and taken it all in, all right? So see, the reason testosterone replacement doesn't miraculously fix ED is twofold. And I want you to understand this so that you can make better decisions for yourself and speak with your doctor as an informed man, because that's really where the magic lies. So see, these online clinics sell you a dream. They make it seem as though you will get a jolt of prescription testosterone and arise like a phoenix from the ashes. You're going to rise, rise. But what they don't tell you is that as a physician, giving a man testosterone does not usually fix the underlying cause of the ED in the first place. Nor do they tell you that low T is not the number one cause of ED. Blood flow issues are actually the number one cause of ED. And what most doctors actually do is give you testosterone and Viagra both at the same time so that it seems to kind of work, but it still hasn't fixed the underlying cause of the ED, because ED is usually multifactorial. ED has kicked in because of fibrosis or lost elasticity. It's caused by the damaged lining of the blood vessels. The enlarged prostate contributes to it. Inflammation contributes to it. Performance anxiety contributes to it, shrinkage. So the low T is a small part of the problem, and usually getting a shot of testosterone actually more so impacts how you feel energetically, whether you feel like getting some or not, or how you feel mentally and physically. You will feel that type of stuff way more than noticing immediate impact on your erection. Now, this is why these online clinics and these men's clinics typically give you the testosterone, gel or shot or troch, and the Viagra together, because they know you are still going to have ED after taking testosterone and getting those levels up. Now, don't get me wrong, it can help, but it will not work like magic. So let's break this down even further. Now, when the exogenous testosterone, which really just means testosterone from outside the body, is administered, your body has two choices of what to do with it. Actually, way more than that. But it can either go free and stay a usable form of testosterone, or it can get locked up with something called sex hormone binding globulin, abbreviated SHBG. You may have seen it on your labs. You want this level to be as low as possible because testosterone can get locked up with it and not become usable at all. And if it joins up with albumin, it won't be usable at all. It can become the feminizing hormone estradiol, yes, which you don't want too much of. Or that same testosterone can become a masculine form of testosterone called DHT. Yes, the same DHT that causes hair loss but also keeps you strong. So here's a visual breakdown of what happens to testosterone when it enters the body. And as you can see, most of it is locked up and not usable. And of all the testosterone that is there, only 1% to 2% of it stays free, meaning that's the only part of it that's usable for all those great things. So actually, as you age, your testosterone levels decrease and your sex hormone binding globulin, that SHBG, goes up. And like Pac-Man, it gobbles up the free testosterone and makes it unavailable for use. So oftentimes you get started on testosterone, or your testosterone levels are, quote, fine or normal, but not enough of it is free for your body to use. So let's take a look at that a little closer. So if it turns into estradiol, a form of estrogen, the female hormone, an enzyme called aromatase converts that testosterone into estradiol. That's the most potent and worst form of estrogen to be in a guy's body. That's why in some men you start to see boobs forming as they age, because they've got so much estrogen. Now, in the average aging man, less than 1% of that total testosterone is going to be converted into estradiol, the women's hormone. But it can and will, in most cases, depend on the dosage and the form of the testosterone that you're using. Your body fat percentage also weighs into that, because why? Fat cells increase the activity of the aromatase that will create more estradiol, more women's hormones. So in my chunky, chubby gentlemen, 10 to 20% of this administered testosterone injections, or the gels or the troches, can actually get in your body and become estrogen. And some of those, if you're higher in fat and you're taking a higher dose of testosterone, more estrogen will be made, and that can even cause your prostate to swell up and interfere with your erection even more. In fact, serum estradiol, or estrogen levels, is an independent risk factor for ED. So the higher this level is in the man, the more likely it is that his erection goes down. Genetics matter, of course, they matter for everything. And of course, nutrition, micronutrition matters. And later on in the video, I'll show you what vitamins and nutrients impact whether or not testosterone is going to stay in its masculine form, in its free form, or whether it becomes feminizing as estradiol and kills the erection, right? So let's stay on topic. This is why proper monitoring of testosterone replacement or testosterone boosting strategies should include taking a look at all of the important lab values, not just free and total testosterone, but you got to look at the SHBG. You got to look at the DHT and the estradiol. So you can actually see what is happening to that testosterone that's being injected into your body or sucked on or put on as a gel. So we're talking about testosterone replacement treatment, and the question was asked, why would someone have normal testosterone levels and still have ED? It is because testosterone alone does not fix nor prevent ED or erectile dysfunction, as otherwise known as, right? So now that you understand why taking testosterone shots or applying the gel or using a troch or even having naturally, quote, normal levels of testosterone will not fix or prevent ED. Unfortunately, the only way to really fix ED is to take a multifactorial approach to it, because it has likely been caused by a number of things. So you have to address all of the root causes. And when you address every underlying reason for it, that is when it starts to get fixed. And if you want to start getting to the root cause today and stiffen up naturally and fix the root cause, you should start by getting your age calculated. I have a link pinned in the comments below, or you can head over to eage.me, because Hard Week is every single week. Calculate your age. You may be 40, but your erection may be aging faster than you. And my age calculator offers you solutions and a framework to approach your ED within. You know, it's a place to start the journey regardless of all the things that you've tried before. So Patrick, in order to take an informed approach and a root cause approach, you have to also look at your free testosterone. You have to look at your SHBG, you have to look at your estradiol and your levels of inflammation. Now, if estradiol is high or SHBG is too high, you need to lose some body fat, move more. You need to avoid xenoestrogens. So switch to grass-fed, organic, pasture-raised proteins, no antibiotics. Stop using so much plastic plastic for food storage, water storage even. So that you can reduce your exposure to microplastics, you need to ditch soy products too. And let's go through the nutrient and lifestyle adjustments in more detail as well, because that's where the magic is, right? So first, zinc. Zinc is so important for men's health because zinc is essential for testosterone production, and it acts as a natural aromatase inhibitor, meaning it can help block the production of estrogen, block testosterone from changing to estradiol, because deficiency has been linked to increased estrogen and reduced testosterone. So zinc-rich foods that you want to include: oysters, the highest natural source. I don't like them though. Beef, especially kind of chuck roast, sirloin, pumpkin seeds, cashews, eggs, lentils, hemp seeds. Eat these zinc-rich foods with protein, as protein aids in the absorption of zinc. And please, if you're taking a zinc supplement, make sure you're also getting enough copper, or all that zinc will actually deplete your copper stores and you'll have another set of issues on your hands, okay? Vitamin D, one of my favorites, boosts testosterone and helps lowers that SHBG, so it's not all locked up. Get vitamin D in your fatty fish, your salmon, mackerel, sardines, cod livers, egg yolk, beef liver, mushrooms, Miyataki or portobello. Hope I said that right. And of course, my favorite, sunshine, 10 to 30 minutes of midday exposure, still the best source of vitamin D. Now, resveratrol, don't shoot me if I said it wrong. It's a polyphenol that inhibits and supports healthy testosterone to estrogen balance. Now, as a man, you need estrogen, but just not so much of it. So this balance is really important, and you can get your resveratrol through red grapes, the skin, right? Red wine in moderation, blueberries, real dark chocolate without the emulsifiers and other additives, pistachios. Now, DIM. Now, don't want to butcher the whole name for you. DIM is formed from the body as it digests indole-3-carbinol, which is found in cruciferous vegetables. It supports estrogen metabolism and detoxification. So it can improve how that estrogen is removed from the body, even if it is made. And broccoli, especially the broccoli sprouts, Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, cauliflower, bok choy, my favorite, arugula or raquette if you're in France. Light steaming actually preserves the compounds in all of that, and overcooking it, of course, destroys them. So go light on it. Then, of course, focus on boron-rich foods. Boron helps increase free testosterone by reducing that SHBG and the estradiol. That's found in avocados, raisins, prunes, dried apricots, almonds, walnuts, pears, lentils. Omega-3 fatty acids. Listen, chronic inflammation in the body pushes the conversion of testosterone to estrogen. So you want to reduce inflammation as much as possible. Omega-3s help control systemic inflammation. And animal studies actually suggest that omega-3 supplementation actually reduces testosterone turning into estrogen in the fat tissue. Bam. Quercetin also. Now, quercetin is found in onions, apples, and green tea, and it's a natural flavonoid that blocks that aromatase enzyme that fuels testosterone turning into estradiol. Magnesium, this is one of my favorites. It supports testosterone production. Magnesium deficiency is associated with low testosterone. In fact, a study in 2011 showed that magnesium supplementation increased both free and total testosterone in both active guys and sedentary guys. So guys who sat still and guys who moved. And of course, last but not least, resistance training and exercise can improve all of this. So get moving. Now, this is a summary as to why testosterone will not fix your ED and why you have to look at the other values too, and to take steps to naturally get your testosterone better balanced and push closer to having more free testosterone and less estradiol floating around. Now, we got to talk about ED because I've been doing this type of work for years and I'm down to a science, and it's really very, very simple. In order to fix your ED, you have to heal the blood vessels. You have to stimulate the tissue to repair itself and bring back the elasticity. You have to balance the hormones. You got to deal with prostate issues, and you got to make those blood vessels healthy again. Now, testosterone levels is just a piece of it. So start now. Go calculate your e-age at eage.me because it's never too late or too early to get started. Listen, subscribe for more all-natural sexual health hacks. I'm Dr. Rachael. I love you, and boom, I'm out of here.